Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Reader Questions. This one's going to be a little bit different than usual because the questions aren't about my characters or my writing or anything like that. They're about me as a person. So if you are not interested in me as a person, then you're probably not going to get anything out of this. But since I were asked, I might as well answer. These are from the Facebook fan page. They all come from Jeremy. So let's just go through them. What's my family like? Married, children, brothers, sisters, proximity to relatives. I am not married. I am entirely single in every possible capacity of that word. Um, Brothers and sisters. I have got two brothers. My oldest brother, Mike, actually lives here in the house with me. He is usually upstairs. And I also live with his wife, my sister-in-law, Georgette. My other brother. Oh, and by the way, here's a recent video of Mike, just to give you an idea of the sort of house that I live in.
Oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree. Ah!
My other brother, Anthony, since I don't live with him, he's in Connecticut right now. Um, I don't have any videos of him doing anything stupid, so you'll just have to imagine him doing something stupid. What else do I have? My mom and dad live back in Bayonne. I am now in Colonia. And other than that, I have, a bunch of uncles and aunts. We are spread everywhere, across most of New Jersey and up into Pennsylvania. And my grandparents used to live up in Vermont, and now my grandfather's back here in actually right in the same township as me. Next, I think you've mentioned somewhere being into board games. How many do you have? What are some of your favorite games? What games do you think more people should know about and play? I've probably actually mentioned somewhere that I am specifically not into board games. I have many friends who are very into board games, and I go and do board game nights with them, but I don't particularly like board games because they are easy to play incorrectly and tend to start arguments. That said, if you have to play a board game, um, I have a particular, well, it's not a board game, but I have a particular like for Cards Against Humanity. I don't know that we play it correctly, but I enjoy that game. The Betrayal on the House on Haunted Hill or something like that is decent. Incredibly complicated, and you will play it wrong, but it's decent. Pandemic is pretty good. I like the cooperative games because, at the very least, if I lose, we all lose, and if I win, we all win. I don't like I don't like beating someone and saying ha ha oh. I don't like losing because then I lost. So yeah, that's board games. What kind of things do you enjoy doing for fun? Are there communities, groups you're regularly doing these kinds of things with? I don't do an awful lot right now for fun. Um, I'm kind of in a weird. Well, I watch YouTube and go on social network. That eats all the time that I'm not writing, which is really unfortunate. Sometimes I'll pick a video game, and get completely stuck on it for a super long time and waste a lot of time on it. For a while, it was Hearthstone, which is a collectible card game. I've also been playing a lot of Binding of Isaac, or I was. I stopped recently because I was able to get off of it, and then it was replaced by Kerbal Space Program. I play that. That tends to be open on another window when I have some downtime. So that's what I do. I am not. I don't go out and do things with communities. I am extreme. I'm practically a hermit. Do I celebrate winter holidays? Yes. You may have noticed me wearing a Santa hat in a recent video. I celebrate Christmas and I celebrate New Year's. What are my family traditions? We typically pick a family member and a holiday, and we will go to that family member's house for that holiday. It's a little bit of a shuffle right now, but for a long time it was my Aunt Ann had Christmas Day and my grandma Lallo had New Year and Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve is usually when we distribute presents back then. Now it looks like it's going to be Thanksgiving with my brother Anthony and Christmas here at my place. And also, I should say the New Year's tradition. New Year's is one of the only times of the year when I am superstitious. On the table, on our dining room table, on New Year's Eve, at the stroke of midnight, here are the things that are present on my table: a picture of all the people who live in the house, a bottle of wine, meat, cheese, and bread, and money. All those things need to be on the table at the stroke of midnight, and at the stroke of midnight, I will be taking a drink. We've been doing this for many, many years, and life's been going good, so we're going to keep the streak alive. Do I like to vacation? Where do you go? What do you do to get away and recharge? I I used to, when I was a kid, literally for the entire month of August, we would go up to Vermont and visit my grandparents. We have a lot of land up there in Vermont. That was typically what I would do for vacation. Nowadays, the closest I get to actually doing a vacation is every March, PAX East comes to Boston, and I'll go up and go to that convention. Recently, I went on a cruise, and I like that a lot, so I think I've got more cruises in my future. But mostly, I write for a living. Like, this is what I used to do on my time off. So it's hard for me to even justify needing time off from this because this used to be my escape. How do you escape from your escape? Do something that you don't want to do? So, yeah, mostly I don't even think about vacations. I ought to. My family members are telling me I ought to travel more. I think they just want me to get out of the house because I've been piling it with crap. Um, and what do I do to recharge? I don't recharge. I get progressively more burnt out until I hit a point where I'm just going to lay in bed for a week. But that hasn't happened yet. Um, I think that's everything. I think that's all the questions. If you have any more questions about me specifically, and I don't know why you would, go ahead and ask. If you got questions about the stories, ask about them. And I guess, am I gonna? Yeah, why not? Stand by for edit, Joe. Ba ba da, ba ba da. If you have been waiting for the Free Ranch stories to be in paperback, they are in paperback. Look how thin they are compared to my other stuff. So you can buy these now. And stay tuned. Some point in the next probably 2 months, I'm going to finally have a completely revamped website, which will include, among other things, the ability to order autographed copies of these and any other paperback I've got out. Well, I think we're done here. So again, thanks for everything, and thanks for reading.